spoke a word, you were singing over me.
My name's Corey Barron. I've been going to Holy Redeemer for about 5 years now. I'm the husband of Christine, the wonderful singer that we've been blessed to hear. I grew up in Fowlerville. I was the only child, a single mom. My parents were divorced when I was born, type thing. I went to St. Agnes Catholic Church in Fowlerville. Loved it there. It was fun, but then I went to college, got away from faith. I just got caught up in the college life and I guess being cool with friends, and just didn't really see God as a priority. I was lost. I mean, now that I've found God, I'm wondering what back before my accident I was doing.
I don't deserve it.
So December 18, 2010, I was driving home. It was an icy night. I slid on ice through a stop sign. A car hit me 55 miles an hour on the driver's side. Flew spin into the yard, and a guy named Joe Szymski stopped his car. He was driving, stopped, got into my car, and made sure that I didn't doze off and go to sleep. Then the paramedics came and flew me to Sparrow Hospital. I suffered a traumatic brain injury, fractured my C1, C2. I lost my spleen from internal bleeding. I broke 8 to 10 ribs on the left side, and I was in a medically induced coma from December 18th to January 6, 2011. When I was in the hospital in a coma, there was this nurse, my mom says, that came into the room and told my mom and my family that he's going to be okay. Your son will be fine. God has got him. And my mom, at the time when I first got in the accident, she was really mad at God, really mad. And then this nurse came in and said that, and it took him a while for me to sit in with my mom, and she went to the nurse's station to find this nurse, and that nurse wasn't at the nurse's station, and the nurses that were there at the nurse's station said that they didn't have the person that was, I forget the name of the nurse, but wasn't there, doesn't work there. So was it an angel, or was it, who knows on that.
Oh, the overwhelming, never-ending, reckless love of God.
When I started to realize what was going on, how blessed I was, I just thank God every day. To have my family there, that was huge. The power of prayer. My grandma, she had prayer teams throughout the whole nation, and to be, functioning like I was after my horrible accident is a blessing, and to be how I am today is a blessing. But and just seeing that for myself firsthand really brought me in and brought me closer to God, wanted to make me find out more about God. I mean, instantly I thanked him, but gradually I've just grown so much more into, wanting to get to know the story of God more and more and more, because there's so many different stories you hear about him and miracles. And my mom, when I first got in my accident, she was really mad at God. She's like, why me, why this, and was having a hard time. And then she's seen everything that I've done through what I feel God helping me do, and now she just cannot thank God enough, because I was supposed to be bedridden in a wheelchair the rest of my life, and here I am walking, doing everything, and helping people as a nurse. So she has no one to thank except God, and she goes to church every Sunday herself. And my stepdad, he was borderline atheist, but ever since my accident, he's been baptized. Before my accident, I worked with a quadriplegic named Scott. Scott saw everything I went through, so then we formed a bond. It wasn't a patient-nurse bond, it was more of a brotherly bond. And so not being able to work with him as a nurse, I decided to work with him as a friend and to get him the college experience that he never had. Christine and her friend Amber decided to be friends with Scott and I, and Christine and I were just friends for about 7-8 years. And then I finally had the courage to ask her to be my girlfriend, and then now look at us, we're married, have a kid on the way. So being married to Christine and being the Barrons has been great, and our faith life, prayer before every meal, we pray, that is for sure. Pray before we go to bed, I never really read the Bible or anything like that, but I read the gospel every single day. My wife can be my witness to that, but I read Monday through Sunday the gospel, and it changes my life, and everything that I see, that I have no one else to thank except God. I have a tattoo that says God's in the business of miracles on my right shoulder. It's just crazy, the power of God and what He can do with His miracles, so thank Him every day.